Hey guys, Viking 82 here, back to show off even more plunder that I acquired here recently. This one though is kind of a different kind of video because it's going to be a whole CD lot that I ended up buying. But quickly though, soundtrack for this video, Headbanger Symphony by Wolf Hoffman. Really cool sounding album. If you enjoy Wolf Hoffman's guitar playing, you just mix that with some classical music and that's what you get with this. No vocals, just all instrumental. Really good stuff. Definitely worth looking into, I think. So anyway, a friend of the family contacted me a little while back, just before Thanksgiving, and was like, got a co-worker who's trying to clean out her garage, and she's got a whole tote full of CDs she's wanting to get rid of. It's CDs that she doesn't want anymore, she doesn't listen to anymore, and the stuff that her daughter left at her house, and when she moved out, and blah, blah, blah. And she's like, she only wants $10 for it. Are you interested? And I was like, $10 for a whole tote full of CDs? Hell, I'll buy it. And, of course, I'm not going into it thinking, oh, gosh, she's going to have, the most obscure, brutal death metal there ever is. No. I mean, I didn't expect to really find any metal at all in here, but I thought there's got to be at least something in there that I might like. So I went ahead and, bought it for $10. And one thing's for sure, people really need to learn how to take care of their CDs. I'm very anal about how I, take care of my CDs, and, some of them were in still really good shape, but a lot of them, there was ones that were so scuffed that even if I wanted to resell them, I wasn't going to, so I basically, anything that was, in my opinion, too damaged, or, there was empty cases in there too, I just basically scrapped for parts. As far as the cases went, took what I wanted, got some empty cases out of it. And I'm honestly surprised. I did find quite a few things in here that I want. I got a nice stack of stuff to show here. Some of this is stuff that I know I'm going to like, and then some of this was stuff that I wanted to check out, and I thought, well, here's the best time to do it, and I've already gotten rid of everything that I didn't want. I ended up not only getting my money back, but I made an $8 profit, and then I was happy about it. So yeah, I'm going to start with some greatest hits compilations here. We got the best of Foghat, Chicago's greatest hits. I don't know. I've always kind of wanted to hear what Chicago was about. Timepieces, the best of Eric Clapton. Really love this one because I actually have listened to that. And I recently got into this band, so I found a second greatest hits for Grand Funk Railroad. So happy about that. Next up is kind of the stuff that's kind of outside of what you would probably normally see me, except for maybe this one here. They actually had Grateful Dead bootleg CDRs, live bootlegs. It's supposed to be a 3 CD set, but they only had disc 1 and disc 3, so wherever the fuck disc 2 went, I don't know. Next up, Genesis, We Can't Dance. I recently bought a Genesis greatest hits, so I saw that in there. I was like, why not? Phil Collins, No Jacket Required. I'll check it out. The best of Miles Davis. Totally forgot to put that in the greatest hits section. Excuse me. Alright, now moving on to actual full albums here. We have the Eagles, Hotel California. Next 3 are all by the same band. Dark Side of the Moon, Pink Floyd. Wish You Were Here by Pink Floyd. And The Wall in one of those old school double CD cases. So really hoping those ones work. Those have got some light marks throughout, but hopefully I can get them to play all right. Crosby, Stills, Nash and Young, American Dream. Always heard about this band. I recently did get into Neil Young a little bit, so I thought, well, since he's on that, I'll check this one out. A band that I've heard of, just don't really remember ever hearing the music, but I thought now's the time to check them out. The Doobie Brothers with Cycles and Toulouse Street. Got Cheap Trick, Lap of Luxury. I've actually been wanting to check out Cheap Trick a little bit more. We got Paul McCartney, Off the Ground. So that's all. This was a Paul McCartney CD. I snatched it up, and thankfully it's in really good shape. And we got Tommy by The Who, and this is when they put both CDs in separate cases at the time. Now you get it basically 2 in 1. Jethro Tull, Rock Island. This one, oh my god, I have listened to this a handful of times. I actually just recently picked up another of his albums. This is Gary Moore with After the War. And this guy was kind of in and out of Thin Lizzy for quite a while, from what I understand. And then he actually was, I think, still in the band up until they split. I don't know. I haven't really researched it too much. But yeah, this is a really good hard rock album. And this actually was the last hard rock album that he put out before he switched over to a more kind of straight up bluesy style of music. Though he did revisit the hard rock at some point. Yeah, definitely going to be getting more of his. Got Joan Jett and the Blackhearts up your alley. First Joan Jett album for me. Also finally picked up my first two, excuse me, Aerosmith albums. We have Pump and Permanent Vacation. Those were actually the first two that I dug out of the tub, and they were both in really good shape, and I played them. They played perfectly, and I said, shit, right there, that made my $10 purchase worth it. Next up, Great White, Hooked. I actually had one other Great White album in there. I think it was Twice Shy, I think. And it played perfect all the way up until the next to last track, and it started skipping like super bad, so I had to trash that one. I was so disappointed. This one, the day that I started going through the CDs, I got a package in from Amazon where I got the reissue of this, and I was just like, are you serious? This is a Triumph Stages. If you've watched, which actually I still got to show up all those, never mind, sorry, different thought there. But yeah, this one is kind of got a lot of light marks. I'm hoping it plays, but even if it does, I'm still going to keep this because it's an original pressing. It's the collector scum in me, what can I say? Next two by the same guy. Another one that I've been wanting to check out. This is Joe Satriani with The Extremist and Surfing with the Alien with the original cover, because I know recently they reissued this album on vinyl, and they changed the cover because they said it's getting too expensive to license the rights to this image. So I'm really glad I found a copy of the CD where it has that original cover, because knowing my luck, by the time I finally got around to picking it up, they'd change it. Extreme 2, Porno Graffiti, another band that I knew the name but had not listened to the music, so I thought now's a good time as any to check it out. I found an original pressing in there of Ram It Down by Judas Priest. This was like one of the first actual metal things that I found in there when I was going through it. Then we have a band that the last two were definitely people I didn't know, but they looked kind of like definitely 80s style metal, so I checked them out, and I've listened to both of them so far, and they're really good, I gotta say. This is Marcello with Destiny. And last but not least, Bonham with The Disregard of Timekeeping. So yeah, I mean, for $10 out of all that to get a nice stack like that, the stuff that either I knew I was going to enjoy or stuff that I've been wanting to check out, you know, I didn't think it was a bad deal. And plus, anything out of this stack that I listen to that I've never heard before, if I don't like it, I can always trade it in for some, you know, for credit somewhere or whatever. So yeah, all right, that is going to do it. Thank you guys so much for watching and subscribing, and until next time, stay brutal.